extremely cold up here on top of the mountain. It's about 25 degrees according to my little thermometer. And the night wasn't too bad. It's 10 so, but the wind is loud in the trees. I would estimate probably about a 20-mile-an-hour wind, which let's see, wind speed 20, chill factor is 12. So yeah, pretty cold. I'm heading down now. It's 9 o'clock. So I'm probably stop at Preacher Rock for lunch and then head back to the house. It's been a great trip so far. And I'll definitely have to come back and do it again next time in the spring. So I'm making good progress so far. It's extremely icy and slippery. I definitely have to use my poles to go down, which is why I've slowed down a little bit while I'm filming, since I only have one pole in my hand. But just about every step includes a slip of about 1 to 3 inches on this icy trail. Yesterday the temperatures got up pretty good. I don't remember what the high was, but I think it was around 37 or 40, somewhere around there, which along with the foot traffic caused the snow in the trail to melt a little bit. Oh, there's a big slip. To melt a little bit into ice, and then overnight it dropped down to at least 25. It was 25 when I woke up this morning at around 7. So with it going back down to 25, this whole trail has iced back over again. The wind here on the face of this mountain, now that I'm getting down at the top, isn't nearly as bad. You can still hear it in the tops of the trees, but it's not hitting me quite as hard. But my mouth and my chin are still feeling pretty numb. But it's sort of a catch-22, because if I put my wind buff over my face, I end up getting too hot. So I'm just dealing with the cold weather until my body temperature gets up a little bit more, which may take a little bit because going downhill, you don't exert as much energy. However, each step is another slip. It takes a lot of focus going downhill on an icy trail, because you have to really watch where you put each foot for each step, and you can't really ever relax your legs or your core to maintain your balance, just in case you slip unexpectedly. This is where a good set of crampons would be very useful. So if I do this again with snow on the ground or ice, then I'll probably invest in a set of crampons just to have the extra insurance against unexpected injury, falling. So far, I think I'm making pretty good time. I haven't checked my pace yet, but I'm doing pretty good. Definitely better than coming up this same way. I've already made it past the first 2 switchbacks. You just saw one there. And I think I have one more to go before I hit that last long stretch to the bottom of this valley. And then it'll be some ups and downs. Oh, another slip. Then it'll be some more ups and downs with short ups and longer downs as we continue all the way down to the lowest point of this hike, and then we'll head back up a little bit to what is it, Preacher Rock, and from Preacher Rock we head down to the parking lot at Woody Gap. So you can tell from the slipping and the crunching of the ice under my feet that this is not an easy walk, despite it being downhill. So I'm gonna put the camera away and get this other trekking pole back in my hand and continue on down this mountain. I'll check back a little bit later. My body temperature has definitely come up, so despite the wind and the cold temperature, it's time to discard a layer. Leave my cover on for now. Whew. Now I'll just take this, kind of strap this to the top of my bag with my vest. Oh, geez. So, looks a little like that. Just kind of strapped to the top of my bag. And of course now the wind would pick up. I just don't want to get too sweaty and then have the sweat cause me to get even more cold. Alright, I'm going to strap up and then get back to it. I'm going to head down to Lance Creek, get water at Lance Creek, I've decided. So, I'll see you then. That shed, that outer layer, I reached the base of Blood Mountain, and there's this big open area, which is quite beautiful. It goes up that way. Here's down through the gap here, and then back up that way. And with no leaves in the trees here, the wind is coming through at about 40 miles an hour, maybe a little more, and it is cold, so I'm going to hurry on up this section of the trail and let this uphill section through the snow get my body temperature back up, because the wind is definitely taking it down. Well, I just made it past that last section of 18 inches of snow going uphill. That is not fun to walk through. So now I'm on this a bit longer downhill section. You know, I was thinking that I'm a lot colder today walking through here during this time of day than I was yesterday, and a part of that is a good bit of my walking has been downhill, so my body temperature is not going to be quite as high as it normally would be. However, it just hit me that we have a lot of cloud coverage today. The sky is very gray for just after 10 o'clock in the morning, and I can show you the sun. Where's the sun? Yeah, see? Can't hardly see it. But the sun is actually right behind me. Let's see. There, just over my head is where the sun is, and you can hardly see it. It's mostly melted on this section of the trail, and so there's a lot of dying vegetation and stuff like that, leaves falling on the trail here, not a lot of rocks or roots, and it feels almost like you're walking on a little bit of padding. It's kind of nice. Oh man, I think we're gonna get back uphill here about 100 yards, maybe less. you can see kind of behind me here, there's been very little snow on the ground. Actually, about a mile back, there was less snow than you see here. I'm actually able to walk and not have any slipping whatsoever, which is kind of nice to experience that for the first time on this trail over the last, I don't know, 15 miles that I've walked. Finished the last climb of my journey up to Preacher Rock from Lance Creek, and it was grueling. I'm not gonna lie. My legs were getting fatigued. The wind was relentless the whole time. The sun didn't come out until like just now. There it is behind me, and it feels amazing. The wind was beating up on my face, my hands, and I'm kind of tucked behind this little ridge. Here's Preacher Rock. A lot bigger than what you can see right here, and the wind is coming from this direction. So I got a little break from it here. I'm gonna go ahead and add some layers real quick while I sit and rest, and then heat up some coffee and some food. I just finished having lunch at Preacher Rock. It was definitely nice to take a break. My legs needed it. I needed something to drink. And that double serving of coffee definitely hit the spot. Although I was so cold that I couldn't wait for the coffee to cool. And it ended up burning my tongue. So my lunch wasn't quite as good as it could have been. But it was still pretty darn good and very warm, which is really what I wanted. So a new challenge on the trail here. Pretty much all the snow has melted on this stretch of the trail. It was pretty icy and slippery and mushy on the way up, and now the trail is quite muddy in places, and it's a pretty steep descent down to Woody Gap from here. So I've got to be really careful that I don't slip in the mud. But it seems like no matter what I'm dealing with, whether it's snow or mud, I'm always slipping today. Right now my hydration bladder is empty. I didn't bother refilling. I've got about, I don't know, 8 ounces maybe of water left in my water bottle, but I got it from the creek and I haven't treated it or anything, so I'll probably just dump that when I get to the Jeep. I should dump it now just to save the weight, but it's not too bad going downhill. Was a pretty good. It was a pretty good trip, all things considered. The wind today is definitely worse. The sun came out probably in the last 30 minutes to an hour of the trip. My mouth is still a little numb from the wind, and so it's kind of hard to talk a little bit. But I would definitely do this trip again, this exact same hike up to the Blood Mountain Shelter from Woody Gap. It's, you know, you got a nice bit of climbing, some beautiful scenery. Overall, very, very good experience. So I'd highly recommend it. But for now, I'm going to go to the nearest convenience store and get a Gatorade, since I'm a little bit dehydrated, ran out of water, and my muscles need it. And then I'm gonna head home and really enjoy sleeping in my own bed tonight. So thanks for watching. See ya.